I think we're live. What about you, Gabe?
It looks like we are indeed live.
All
Let me check to
right.
make sure that it's working on the YouTubes and everything. But
Cool. Yeah, I can go ahead and start our introduction, you guys.
awesome.
All right. What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to episode number 9 of the Tattoo Weekly, a part of Guy Aitchison's Reinventing the Tattoo community. So, the Reinventing community is a place for tattoo collectors and the curious to unite under all things art and tattoos. We encourage you to join in these live streams and roll a new option for connecting with each other to better your art, develop your skill set, and be with other like minded artists. The Tattoo Weekly is live every Sunday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern with myself, Lauren Gregory, Jake Meeks of our affiliate Fireside Tattoo Network, and Gabe Ripley, founder and creator of TattooNow. If you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, or app, let us know that these streams are working in the chat, tattoos, and would like to join us. Before we get, I want to say thank you to our sponsors for making this a free community to you. Thank you to Alex Van Dutch at World Tattoo Events. You can find them at worldtattooevents.com. They're the largest, most comprehensive resource for tattoo events in the world. Lots of conventions are rescheduling like crazy again. At Inkjet Stencils. You can find them at inkjetstencils.com. Stencils from your mobile or computer. Save your time, your apprentice's hands, your own hands. They have webinars and free samples located on their website. Thank you to Raw Pigments, an ink company that is tapping into the source with acrylic-free pigments that across the globe. Find them at rawpigments.com. Thank you also to DIARIES Pro, known internationally as Protect Your Art. If you're using Saran Wrap, watch videos of it is all about at dermalizepro.com. Thank you to TattooNow and Gabe Ripley for providing technology for tattooers for more than 25 years. And of course, the founder and inspiration behind Reinventing the Tattoo, Guy Aitchison. You can find his Biomech Encyclopedia, DVDs, machines, paintings, and more at guyaitchison.com. Countless thanks to you. Of course, the Fireside Tattoo Network, the Apprenticeship Diaries, and ecofriendlytattoosupplies.com. Awesome. So tonight is also a really special night for Reinventing. We will be doing a live figure drawing with the Inglourious Hoko and Adrian Dominic out of Australia, also with Guy Aitchison. If you missed last week's show, we did a ZBrush demo that was fun to be a part of.
Actually, and one of my clips from this week
Cool.
is from there.
Go ahead and roll our introduction clip, you guys, and we'll get started with the night.
Oh. Okay.
All right, here we are.
Whew, okay, it's been another week already.
Yep. A pretty interesting week, right?
Yeah, I did 2 trips down Kit. One to interview Christian Perez, and then I just got back from an interview with Javier Eastman.
Oh, awesome.
Javier Eastman podcast. Yeah, that was pretty cool. He's got like a real setup. I'm finding myself getting more and more tech envy. You've got a great setup there, it looks like, too.
I've got a lot of stuff going on. I'd love to talk about that sometime. I guess it kind of just, you have to really think about what you're doing. A lot of times when we speak to artists on the Reinventing Network, they're kind of like, oh, Zoom. Okay. But you know, there's so much more that goes into that. I know Ricardo has upped his game with his drawing group on Tuesdays, where you can have multiple screens going on, showing like what you're doing digitally or what you've got on canvas. So it's been a pretty interesting learning experience working with you the last almost year now.
Well, I'm pretty. I'm knocking on wood. I unplugged all my stuff, and then when I replugged it back together, it did not like it. So I'm beaming in from my phone today. But
yeah, is anybody active in the chat yet, or anybody just a comment? Let us know that things are working.
Stacy Harrington says she's beaming in from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Does look like we've got about 60, 70 people watching throughout some of the Facebooks. So, well, we have a pretty awesome guest coming up, Hoko. Why don't we run his clip first so that people can get a taste of, well, again, this is kind of a taste of what happened last week with ZBrush. What's coming up next is a figure drawing class with Hoko and Adrian. I believe Evan Griffith is beaming in too. Obviously, a lot of people are locked down under, so we're happy to be able to host some art stuff.
Yeah, that was honestly mind blowing. It was so we'll be playing a clip in just a second. It was like a 3-way collaboration between Adrian, Dominic, Guy, and the Inglourious Hoko, and that was just really intricate. Let's just say that.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and.
Perfect.
So this is something that I've made, and you can liquidy on these horns here. It's got like a gold leaf texture, like ornamental patterns on the face itself. You know, it's kind of got liquid on the lips, and again, that's all baked into just one texture set. You know?
And you did this in Substance Painter, you said?
So yeah, I used ZBrush and then took it into Substance Painter and textured it in Substance Painter.
And did you do the render in Substance Painter, or did you then bring it back to Keyshot after?
Yeah, I brought it back to Keyshot. I also brought it into Blender as well. Renders from both programs because they kind of have their pros and cons between them both. But ultimately, I preferred the renders from Keyshot. And yeah, this was like, yeah.
Any chance you could zoom a little closer?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think I've got depth on it. You can see here.
Look at that jade texture. Hey.
Yeah, that's a material that's very believable.
Absolutely.
Of course, part of it is that like just the random rubbings of that gold leafy stuff and things like that. That's, you know, a human has to make those decisions and put it on there with that human randomness. There's no computer algorithm that would do it in such a way that wouldn't feel too perfect, you know.
Yeah, that's again, that comes back to like symmetry as well. You know, you don't want it to feel too perfect, but in regards to that kind of like gold leaf stuff, I actually went through and erased all these little bits using like a brush, a spatter, so it kind of looked like it had worn off. You know, it wasn't like new. But yeah, I'll show you another example of like kind of how far you can take these. Actually, this was quite fun. Fun tattoo that I did recently, and this was the reference that I used. I made for it.
Oh, we're back. So yeah,
okay, yeah, I remember the piece, but I didn't see the reference.
Yeah, so this was the reference that I made, and I had a lot of fun with these rats.
Yeah,
I mean they're pretty rough, but I had so much fun with them, and with making this face. And again, I textured it all in Substance Painter, sculpted in ZBrush, and then rendered here in Keyshot. Yeah, a lot of fun.
The way that they're able to manipulate the digital clay or whatever it is, you know, the objects is pretty amazing. That's like a 2.5 hour, I think, stream from last week, and it's amazing to kind of watch the different. I think there was like 3 different models eventually that they all passed around between the 3 of them, and yeah. Well, anyway.
That was super cool. I know that Adrian started with a regular sphere, and then the warping between the three artists began.
Well,
3 hours. They said they could have gone all night point to start with the rendering process and to show us that. It was cool.
Yeah,
I was
it's,
answering questions throughout the whole thing, and a lot of artists were really curious that were either, you know, intimidated by using ZBrush, never used it, or wanted, you know, questions, and we got to ask everything. I thought that was
yeah, no, it's really amazing how well, basically how open and sharing everybody really is with all of these different activities. So let's see, we've got Flo Hebdo says hi from Melbourne, Australia. Jason Leesers in the chat room there. He says hello. Ben Thomas says hello.
What's up, Ben?
Yeah.
We'll be streaming some a little highlight. Enjoy, Ben.
Ah, that's right. They I want to. He seems like he's a sales guy. Huh.
He's an awesome dude.
Yeah, it seems really cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, what's next up? So we have Hoko's beaming in at past, I think, or
Okay.
what's
Sure.
is that the true? I wonder if you got the when we
Yep,
play
he
the next
should be
video. I'll
beaming
make
out
sure
soon. Yeah. Talking to Guy right now in the background.
Awesome.
Awesome. But yeah, let's roll Fawn's clip. And then after that, I've got a really cool clip of an artist I interviewed earlier in the week, Tobias Augustini.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay. You're also a tattoo collector with an amazing collection. So maybe we should just start there with, you know, everybody's first entry into the tattoo world really is first as a newbie, but then as a collector. Do you want to talk a little bit about your personal experience of collecting tattoos? And then I'll fire up some pictures in the background here. And
for sure.
Everyone has to bear with me a little bit with the pictures because I did not order them. But
so I started collecting tattoos. I was 18. I didn't rush into it. I had been like researching for like maybe a year and a half before my friend and I jumped down the rabbit hole and like took the leap and got our first tattoos. But we grew up in West Michigan, so there were tattoo shops, but there were not a lot of tattoo shops. And you know, it was 2004, I believe. So at that time, you know, if you found a good artist, you were lucky. And, you know, I was reading magazines. I knew who some of like the heavy hitters were, but I didn't know how to get in touch with them or anything like that. It never even occurred to me that I could just reach out to one of these magazines. But I found a lady in Saugatuck, Michigan named Carissa Gray, and I've gotten other work from her since my first tattoo, but my experience with her was fantastic. She was educated. She was an art nerd like I am. You know, I just had the confidence that whatever she did on me, I wasn't going to like scrutinize and be like, well, you know, that was always kind of one of my biggest fears early on as a collector, you know, being an artist myself. And, you know, I was in art school and like, you know, I wanted to be like a classical painter. Like I wanted to be one of the next masters. So when I've got that bar and standard set so high for my own work, it makes it really scary to potentially something that might not meet that mark. So for me, I knew I had to do a lot of homework, and I knew I had to find somebody that like I looked up to as an artist. But not everybody has that mindset when they go into it. So back again to the tattoo collecting podcast, the show, like it's just to bridge that gap. Because for me, it was a struggle. For me, it took a lot of work to find a really good artist in those days. Where like now things have changed. Now it's just a matter of.
Did you get any shitty tattoos or?
I'm proud to say I have not.
Awesome. Well, no shitty tattoos. I guess that's a good thing to know, right? So yeah. Gabe, are you still there? Looks like Gabe got kicked off, so y'all are just watching me. And I want to introduce our next artist, the interview that I did last week, which is super cool. If you guys are familiar with Tobias Augustini out of Brazil, I will go ahead and show you a couple pieces of his work. It's absolutely phenomenal. And his work ethic is unlike many I've ever heard of or met in my life. It's been a lot of fun. So you can check out some of his work here. And this was a piece he just did recently. Heavy blacks that he uses. We worked with him at Raw Pigments specifically for many months to develop the jet black we possibly could, as well as some of those opaque grays, which he will talk about briefly in the interview I will share with you guys. So really pushing what he really strives to be is original. Originality is extremely important to him. He doesn't like to copy references, anything like that. But a lot of those heavy blacks, he really gravitate. So cool. I'm gonna go ahead. Little interview. I'll show you maybe 5 minutes or so of that, and we'll see if Gabe reconnects with me after. Oops. Here we go. Who are some of your American or Brazilian or European influences to your work?
Right now, I don't have anyone because 2 years from here, I'm trying to put my identity in my work and do something that I want to do. So for that, I just turn off my influences and my references just for work in my head and tattoo. Really forget just get my originality, you know, because I think this in tattoo is it's the most important. You don't need to have a big excellent work, but if you have originality, you have everything because makes you unique. And before that, I always like Elliot Coheg from French. I like Thomas Carly, French too. And American, I always like to David Vega, whose portraits, perfect portraits, and always love how his mood shading and everything, all the little details. But right now, 2 years from here, I try to work without any references, just me, music, and my costume.
So when your clients come to you, how is the design, your consultation to the design? How do you work through some of those design elements that are original and not copied?
Yeah, I always try to do different elements. I usually schedule my clients in the morning, and in the morning to the lunch we just do the project and the design because I think this is really important. And I always try to search some different stuff, you know, like I don't know, if my customer asks me a lion, I don't like to get the same lion that every tattoo artist do. I get I don't know, like 3-4 lions and make just one lion. I get the eye of one, the tooth of another, you know, and that's like that. I try to create all my design, and I do this in every tattoo. Every I don't do another designs that's not mine, and I don't accept just one image. I have to work in an image in the light, shadow, composition, and everything because I think this is it's what I want to do, and this is really important because that's make me original.
Absolutely. So I'm curious, what are some of your opinions about the future of the tattoo industry as things and equipment are changing rapidly?
I started 5 years ago, and a lot of things changed. For 5 years is a short time, but a lot. Machine work, machine tattoos, needles, pigments, and everything. It's crazy, and I think today is harder and harder to get expressive work because the tattoo industry grows a lot, and a lot of tattoo artists start tattoo and make good tattoos, and now it's in another level for you get some relevance. You have to work a lot. So the future of tattoo, I think, all these generical artists tattoo who stop to study to develop your work. I think this kind of artist will you will die. I don't know in tattoo and or maybe have to I don't know work cheaply and because I think the future the, with the information, the Instagram and everything, the customer have more information and they come for us with good references, with good tattoo artists, with great level, and they expected that. And you have to do the minimum they expected.
Yeah.
So
Awesome. So that was Tobias Augustini. I really enjoy working with him quite a bit. It's work ethic is unmatched. Earlier in the interview, he spoke to me about kind of like a day in the life, which was, pretty cool. Gabe, your side.
Sideways.
Yeah. So a day in the life of Tobias, just say a little to no sleep. He gets to his studio around 8 a.m. every day, starts tattooing at 9, and usually goes until 3, 4, 5 in the morning. So that type of work ethic will definitely catapult you to the place that you're looking to go.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, it's almost necessary. You know, a lot of at least a lot of the high performing artists or tattooers that I end up catching up with, they do have some hobbies or whatever, but they pretty much put everything aside to focus on tattooing and art. I mean, most of their hobbies are informing the arts.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So now you're working on the background. We have the Hoku's downloading the new app, or
Yeah, you should be connecting just through that link in a few minutes for us.
yeah, fantastic. Do you want to? What do we have next? Oh, I guess we're going to talk about some of the conventions.
Yeah, I was going to share with you guys one that, let me pull up their Instagram. I know that everyone was pretty bummed about the Empire State Tattoo Expo being canceled for, what was it, in a couple weeks from now. So,
Well, the October. It was right before the BYOB.
yeah.
So it was like the 1st to the 3rd of October.
Yep. So it looks like the new scheduled dates, y'all, are May 6th to 8th of 2022. Now, when I last spoke to the promoters, they had all of their booths sold out. So I know that this is a pretty intricate situation, contacting everyone, rescheduling. Although I do know that most people were probably aware that this would happen. But yeah, I know that that's a big, almost every year since the first in 2014, maybe 2015. Back when it was out in Westchester.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun show. I usually end up there for a day or two every year.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
I think I've
New
seen
York
you
City.
walking around there before.
Might have. I walk around when I go to conventions. I walk around a lot. We did a Guy was out there a year or two ago too. Maybe the last one that they did. I was out there with Guy.
Yeah, actually, we caught some footage. My buddy, cool footage of him painting. That was really neat to watch.
Very cool, awesome. And then that's the same company that's putting on
Golden State.
The Golden State.
Yep.
And that's coming up in like 2 weeks though, and that's so far so good. It seems like it's still on.
So good. Sure. Yeah, I know that they put out some restrictions in terms of, they did a mass email saying what they were required pass or the negative test within 72 of the convention. And I do know that for those of you who are kind of watching the situation in Brussels, they sent out a similar email as well. So we're kind of playing it by ear, as Europe is pretty, it varies from country to country. We'll have to play it by ear.
Seems like Germany was like, no Americans, you're dirty. Belgium, what's Belgium saying? Is Belgium still?
Belgium's still on with restrictions. So the restrictions would be similar to what I was saying for Golden State, negative test, vaccination green pass. So
Great.
yeah.
And my wife, obviously, or not obviously, but she follows a lot of the stuffs in the sciences, and so far it seems like airplanes are ventilated enough that I don't know. She seems to be okay with airplanes, so I guess I'm okay with airplanes. I'm not coming out to the LA show, but I'm definitely planning on hitting Brussels.
Cool. It's just I wouldn't want anything to happen for any reason, you know, just getting back into the United States.
Yeah, let's not talk about that too loud.
Well, little children at home, as you know, so
Yeah. Oh
that'd be
yeah,
hard on
sure.
them.
No.
Looking forward to going into a convention. I know that, like we had spoken about before, World Tattoo Events is the largest, most comprehensive resource available for those events. And they are rescheduling. I know that Alex had sent out an email that I received this morning of what's going on with a nice like calendar view. But, you know, and he highlighted an event in Birmingham, Alabama. So I hope that that's all good. Wasn't affected by Ida or anything. I don't know, but yeah.
Alabama seems to be pretty hot though right now, COVID wise. Oh, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Cool. Well, let's see. What do we got?
I was going to say, if you'd like me to roll the Paradise clip at all, I can put that in our thing in
put in
just
rotation
a
while we're waiting
moment.
for Hoko.
Sure. It might take me a couple minutes so we can chat for now.
Let me fire it up. Actually, you know what? I've got a little frequently asked questions that Jake Meeks fired up. So that if people have questions, he's like, you know, people have some questions. He's like, what the fuck is a BYOB? I'm like, I don't know, you know, or maybe this was the other interview, but I was like, you know, we almost kind of wanted to make it just a tad confusing because we weren't even sure what it was going to be, you know?
Yeah.
And as we get closer, it is definitely taking, you know, a little bit, it's becoming clear, which is basically, it's not quite an art retreat, although there'll be lots of art retreating. There's no tattooing, even though the hotel code to get the hotel rates is tattoo. But there'll be lots of streaming. So many of everyone's favorite reinventing streamers will be out either in person or virtually. Sure. Although there's a lot of people are coming out in person. I think Renee Little just confirmed to do a plein air, an outdoor plein air watercolor workshop. Mike DeVries did just let me know that he's going to be beaming in virtually. He just had speaking of new kids, he just had a new kid too.
Oh, awesome. Good for him.
So, but we figure, you know, as it gets closer, we'll, you know, everything's wired to be virtual. So people are going to be beaming in, we're going to be beaming out. And if for any reason people can't, you know, hop on the airplanes or whatever, you know, we'll switch over their tickets to virtual tickets. But so far it's pretty cool. We've got a bunch of shops coming out. We have shop tickets that are up, and there's some apprentices that are coming out that I know. A couple that are flying across the country to take the seminars. And
sure.
It's so basically there's a one ticket for the stage, and that's I think it's $100 for the week start ticket. It's a week start, so Sunday to Wednesday. Those are tattooers' days off, and then there's all of the different seminars that people could take a la carte. So Jesse Smith, Thea Duskin, Mike DeVries. There's probably about a dozen, maybe 15 different seminars that people will be able to take.
Cool.
There's a podcaster's paradise that we'll beam you into. But everyone will be showing off gear, talking podcasting and webcasting. Cool. Yeah, it will be a lot of fun.
We spoke to John Swerve. Follow-up thing or reinventing, we'll be talking to him again. Curious to see if he's had any advancements in the last several months since we spoke to him at the end of March.
Oh, it was in March, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm very excited. There's a lot of academics that are beaming in and coming in. John doing the inks, so he's studying the way that the inks behave inside of your skin with light and with lasers. So yeah, it'll be, I mean, as you were saying, May is a while ago. He's been doing research since. So the fun part is with scientists is he's like, I don't even know what I'm going to find really. And, but we'll try. And I love the fact that they're like growing skin cells to experiment with this on, huh? Isn't that what he said?
No, that's actually what I think we talked. Wait, maybe he did say that. I know that Intens was looking into it, but we were kind of on the fence of understanding exactly what they're going for. They're touting
I don't-
more information to be released at their CTS gathering in Las Vegas.
Okay. That's the other big thing that's happening in October. Yeah. But so we have him, and then there's another academic panel that's got all of the professors that study like mummies and all the ancient, ancient people, that I guess all the the oldest preserved tattoos, and I mean, basically you couldn't find a more knowledgeable group of people, I don't think, because again, these are all the heads of the universities. There's probably a half a dozen books on there. So that academic panel is happening, I believe, on Wednesday.
Okay.
John's happening on Tuesday. I believe there's another academic, Lars, who's beaming in on Sunday. It's a pretty busy stage schedule, and so it's pretty for people. And again, people can beam in the stage if they want to. The same ticket that's in person, you could beam into the stage virtually and catch it all. And Morphine,
Should I,
yeah,
should I
play the yeah,
to see what's going on?
perfect. Are you ready for paradise? It's been a long time, but I think that we are all ready to return to Jiminy Peak, October 3rd to the 6th. That's right, it's a Sunday to a Wednesday, but hey, this is definitely no time to get normal. This unique event is going to bring out dozens of artists that will be creating and selling artwork, tons of seminars, discussion panels, even a drunk critique, a live one against our better judgment, and a musical performance by Vapors of Morphine.
Black cloud in our streams, stick my head in the sand. Black cloud in our streams, stick my head in the sand. Woman out for fever, will take you for a man. Act like a gopher, dig a hole in the ground. Act like a gopher and dig a hole in the ground. Love and understanding, they just can't be found.
A lot has changed since the first Paradise, but the essence of these events stay the same. We are gathering for the inspiration, for the camaraderie amongst like minds, for the sharing, for the collaboration. Please join us, create some art, share some inspiration in nature, free of distractions, free of the scene, free of drama. Just an art tattoo paradise.
Act like a possum hanging from a tree. Act like a possum hanging from a tree. Whole damn world got the best of me.
Paradise BYOB is brought to you by TattooNow, which has produced or co-produced the Paradise Tattoo Gathering, the Paradise Artist Retreat, the Worldwide Tattoo Conference, the Emerald Isle Tattoo Sessions, the Venetian Tattoo Gathering, and so many more events. It's kind of hard to keep track of them all. This is going to be a unique event. Paradise BYOB. You are invited to bring your own brains, your own brushes, your own beats, your own booze. Bring your own berries if you're vegan. Please come on out and share, contribute, and let's create art. And on the last day, there'll be an open house, so art collectors are encouraged to come out and check out some of the unbelievable masterpieces that will be available for sale. Check it out. And definitely make sure, if you're going to be there just for one day, Monday, Vapors of Morphine will be playing at 7 o'clock at night, and you will not want to miss it. ParadiseBYOB.com to get your Artist Weekend tickets, to register for the extra seminars, to get your Studio 5-packs for the price of 4, to rent an artist or vendor space. ParadiseBYOB.com. Voila. So, yeah, back to Jiminy Peak. Now, next year is going to be the full-on tattoo convention, October 20th to the 23rd. But, excuse me. But this year, I'm pretty excited to finally get back. I've been up there, doing the alpine slides whenever I've been doing my planning visits.
Definitely,
They're
that's
also
awesome.
a ton of fun. Well, it looks like some more people are hopped on watching on the app.
Cool. What's up,
Atomic,
everybody?
Atomic Injections 47 says, "Good evening, everyone." He's been beaming into a lot of the drawing groups. Oh, actually, he's saying, "Sorry, had to run abruptly this morning, Jason." I guess he was probably in one of the morning groups. Let's see who else is in here. We've got back up in the boonies in Virginia. Sharon R is beaming in from the boonies of Virginia.
That's where I was born.
Oh no shit! You know that.
Yeah.
She
So
says
what's
she
up,
wished
guys?
she could draw. Yeah, but well, Sharon, if you want to, then there's only one way to start. Trevor Bean says he's beaming in from Maine. And Sharon also says, "Wave, hi y'all, I'm new here." Well, thank you very much for joining. That's off of one of the Facebook groups. If anybody wants to keep up on more programming like this, head on over to Reinventing the Tattoo, either .com or go to the app stores and download the Reinventing the Tattoo app. And there's tons of these. We have all the back shows as well as the schedule for all the upcoming shows. And and Sharon, actually, if you really want to start drawing, right after this is a figure drawing class with a whole mess of very talented Australians and New Zealanders, everybody from down under, from that neck of the woods. And like I said, everyone's encouraged to join in and join in with the figure drawing.
Awesome. Very cool.
Let's see. I guess I can't show off. I have my phone here. I was going to be like, while we're waiting for Hoko and
I think they're having a little issues connecting. I see that Hoko's connected on the Zoom right now. So we may just transition to send everybody over there to when we start in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that sounds like the perfect thing to do. If he's already hooked up there, let's not unhook him from there and then hook him up here. Let's thank everybody for watching, the Tattoo Weekly, I suppose. And we're really missing Jake. Last week he was, it's heavy when there's drinky involved in the weekendy, then all of a sudden it's headachy or party. But we'll
Awesome.
We'll catch up with everybody. Hopefully in 20 minutes. So if you
Yes.
want to, like I said, head on over to reinventingthetattoo.com or download the Reinventing the Tattoo app. And then in about 20 minutes, we'll be doing a really awesome figure drawing class with the Inglourious Hoko, Adrian Dominic, I believe Evan Griffiths is planning on beaming in. And who knows? We'll see. A lot of people are locked down in Australia, so we'll see who beams in.
Awesome. See you guys.
Hey, Sharon said thanks.
minutes.
Sharon, let's get you drawn, Sharon. You said it.
All right.
Okay.
We will